Ever dreamt of owning a classic muscle car that roars down the road without burning a hole in your wallet? Well, guess what? It's not just a dream. Today, we're diving into the best cheap classic muscle cars in the USA. Cars that bring that power, style, and attitude without costing you an arm and a leg. Trust me, you won't believe which cars made the list, and some of them might be way cheaper than you think. Hey there, car lovers! Welcome back to the channel, where we bring you everything you need to know about the most iconic rides on the road. Now, if you're itching to own a muscle car but don't want to break the bank, stick around. We've got some seriously affordable classics for you today. We're talking legendary American muscle that you can find for under $20,000. That's right, these beauties are not just eye-catching, but they're built for performance, and they're not going to cost you your life savings. Why classic muscle cars? Before we get into the best options, let's talk about why classic muscle cars are still so special. These cars represent the very essence of American automotive history. Think back to the 60s and 70s, when muscle cars dominated the streets with their raw power, roaring engines, and that unmistakable style. From Chevys to Mustangs, these cars embody freedom, speed, and the American spirit. And the best part? You can still find these iconic rides without spending a fortune. But with so many options out there, how do you know which ones are worth it? Well, let's break it down. First up, let's talk about the Ford Mustang. It's the granddaddy of American muscle. While some rare models can cost a small fortune, you can still find a 1965 to 1973 Mustang for under $20,000. With its iconic body lines, V8 engine options, and that legendary rumble, it's no surprise that the Mustang has stood the test of time. Whether you're looking for the fastback or the convertible model, the Mustang brings both style and performance. And don't forget, the earlier models are relatively easy to restore and maintain, which keeps the costs low. Next up, the Chevrolet Camaro. You've probably heard of the rivalry between the Mustang and the Camaro, and trust me, it's still alive today. If you want a piece of muscle car history, the 1967 to 1969 Camaro is a fantastic choice. These cars are known for their sleek design, with that distinct front-end look that screams muscle. The good news? You can still find these gems for under $15,000, especially the models that need a little TLC. And don't worry, these cars are easy to work on, and you'll find parts everywhere. Plus, if you're into drag racing or just enjoying the roar of the engine, the Camaro will not disappoint. Now, we're talking about one of the most iconic muscle cars of all time, the Dodge Charger. If you've seen the Fast and Furious franchise, you already know the impact this car has had on pop culture. But did you know you can still find a 1966 to 1974 Charger for under $20,000? That's right. The Charger's aggressive design and powerful engine options make it an absolute beast on the road. With its big block V8, the Charger is not just a car, it's a statement. And if you're a fan of classics with history, this one ticks all the boxes. All right, we've talked about some heavy hitters, but stick around because I've got some under-the-radar muscle cars that are affordable, surprisingly powerful, and might just surprise you. We're talking cars that you probably haven't thought of, but you should definitely consider if you're on the hunt for a classic muscle car on a budget. Trust me, you'll want to hear this next one. All right, here's the one I know you've been waiting for, the Plymouth Barracuda. For years, this car has flown under the radar, but it's a classic muscle car that gives you power, style, and affordability. You can grab a 1964 to 1974 Barracuda for under $15,000, and these cars pack a punch with their V8 engine options and sleek designs. If you want something that's not as common on the roads, but still holds that muscle car spirit, the Barracuda is a fantastic choice. Plus, with some restoration, you can turn one of these into a real head-turner. Another underappreciated gem, the Oldsmobile 442. This car is a muscle car enthusiast's dream. With its high-performance engine and stylish look, It's often overlooked by newer collectors. But here's the thing. You can find a 1964 to 1972 442 for under $18,000. And it's a car that can really punch above its weight. With a V8 engine under the hood, this beauty can give you all the thrills you need on the road. Still not convinced that you can get a classic muscle car for cheap? Well, hold on, because I've got one more option that might just blow your mind. A muscle car that looks like $1 million but costs you a fraction of that. Stick around. Last but definitely not least, let me introduce you to the Mercury Cougar. This is one of those cars that's totally underrated and offers incredible bang for your buck. You can grab a 1967 to 1973 Cougar for under $12,000, and it offers the same power and style as its competitors, but at a fraction of the price. With that aggressive look and impressive engine options, the Cougar is a hidden gem in the muscle car world. All right, there you have it. The best cheap classic muscle cars in the USA. So, which one are you eyeing? Do you have a favorite? Or maybe you've got one of these beasts sitting in your garage already. Let me know in the comments below. If you found this list helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for more awesome car content. And don't forget to share this video with your fellow muscle car fans, because they'll definitely want to know where to find these affordable classics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll be diving into more car reviews, tips, and everything in between. Until then, keep your engines running and your hands on the wheel.